So I'm Katie Deets, and I experienced discipleship first right before I went to college through my friend Melanie. And what she did was had me over and taught me what it meant to read the Bible and make it come alive to me personally, how to apply it to my own life. She taught me what grace meant, and we read through Ephesians, and it made me understand in a way I'd never had. When I came to college, I got involved in the Navigators Right of Way. They modeled what my friend Melanie had done with me at home. And I just loved understanding the Bible and making it come alive in one-on-one relationships. So I joined a Bible study, and there my Bible study leader, Lisa, started meeting with me and helping me understand what Jesus had to do throughout my whole life in my daily walk with him. And during college and during that time, I met Hannah. We were meeting for a service trip, and I actually had a cookie, and I shared it with her, and I think that's when we really became friends. But throughout the next year, just invited her to hang out with my friends, get to know them, and get to experience what it meant to be in community. And through that, she started reading the Bible with me, and I got to do with her exactly what Melanie did with me, reading through Ephesians, helping her understand the words in a way that made sense. And throughout that, we formed a really tight relationship. And one of the passages that really describes our friendship is 1 Thessalonians 2:8. We loved you so much, we were delighted not only to share the gospel of God, but our very lives as well, because you have become so dear to us. And that's the passage that I think of when I think of our friendship.
I'm Hannah Neely. I am in my 4th year on staff with the Navigators now. But I met Katie Deets when I was a student in college, and we became really good friends. And I didn't actually know that she was discipling me, but she just shared her life with me, and we went on trips together. We spent a lot of time together. Eventually, about 9 months into our friendship, I remember her inviting me over and saying, "Hey, do you want to come over and read the Bible?" And I trusted her at that point, and I knew she cared about me. And so I went over, we read a passage from Ephesians, and she asked me what I thought grace meant. Katie helped me understand what God had done for us through Jesus and helped me get a picture of God's vision for my life, God's vision for the world. She had a vision for my life beyond me. She saw past me to the generations that would be affected by just one person. Since God used one person to do that in my life, how could I not do that with another person? So eventually, Katie had me over to her house, and I remember her saying, "Okay, it's your turn now." Eventually, I got the opportunity to spend time with Hannah Eber, and Hannah was in my Bible study in my 1st year of Edge Corps. And she's become just a dear friend to me, and it's been such a joy to pour my life into someone else.
Hi guys, I'm Hannah Eber. My first encounter with discipleship was with my good friend Kelsey my freshman and sophomore year. And as I became a leader in Navs, Hannah and Neely began to disciple me as well. Hannah was one of the first people that I met from Navs, and actually one of the first people that I met on campus my freshman year. I've had the privilege of leading small group with Hannah for 2 years, as well as being in her huddle. And I remember one of our first get-togethers that was really impactful because she showed me some passages that talked about what Jesus has done for us. And that was when I realized exactly what Jesus has done for us, which was something that I was really missing in my faith. She's continued to meet with me as I've become a leader, and she's been honest with me about her life, which has shown me one of the most important things that I've learned, which is that I can be honest with my life. To others, and most importantly to God. He has shown me that discipleship means to walk through life with them, to have open ears and an open heart as they share their joys and their struggles, and most importantly to trust God and to be in tune with what God is trying to say to them. I met Katie last year. I think it was the first large group of the year where Hannah and I got her signed up for our small group. I awkwardly asked her to meet up after church one week, and I was really excited. We started meeting consistently after church, mostly to get Einstein bagels, and we started reading the Bible together and talking about life and where God was working in her. And God was working a lot in Katie last year and this year. And I'm super pumped that Katie has started to do this with others.
I'm Katie Shalik, and I'm a sophomore, and I study graphic communication design. I'm discipled by Hannah Eber, and there are very few things about me that she doesn't know. I just share with her what God is doing in my life, just the struggles that I'm going through, and a lot of times it's her perspective and encouragement through those things is just what helps me in my walk with God and just loving Him more and understanding how He's loving me. And so starting this year, I started meeting up with Katie Dorn, and there are a lot of times where I just feel not qualified or just ill-equipped to be discipling someone. But whenever I meet with her and I realize that it's just talking about what God is doing in our lives, and it's just about sharing life together, it's just encouraging. She's encouraging to me, and she's always just re-energizing me to love God more and more, and I hope for her that I can do the same.
Maybe I should always live like the world is gonna end.
I am Katie Dorn. I am a freshman in music education with a specialization in jazz trumpet, and I am discipled by Katie Shalik. I met Katie at this coffee shop called Rose Street, and I had seen her before at large group, and the reason I knew she was a Navs is because she had this really cool haircut where half of her hair was shaved, and so I knew it was her, and I went up and I talked to her, and shortly after we started meeting up every week getting food. It's really cool to see how God has used her past experiences to guide me through mine, and that I get to take part in her wisdom, and through that relationship I feel closer to God. Every time after I leave, I just feel so good. I feel refreshed, and I hope that next year I'll get to disciple someone too. Looks like their name's gonna have to be Katie or Hannah, but if not, like, that's okay.